Hello, 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 and welcome to Tea Time with Shelton Whimsy for shallow B-rate television, presented in part with Dixon Place. Happy Pride Month, y'all. Now, when this week just got started, Larry Kramer had just passed away, so I wanted to begin this show with a poem that I wrote in his honor. Larry Kramer was a tireless activist and a supporter of the disenfranchised, and I believe we should be taking his energy into the work we are all doing together to help end systemic racism in America. Justice for George Floyd. Black Lives Matter. Defund the police. If you are a gay person in 2020, remember that the gay agenda now includes donating money to a bailout fund in order to help those people who are on the front lines protesting. And remember, it's going to take all of us to end systemic racism in America, and we have to. Now, with that in mind, let's take a moment to honor the legacy of Larry Kramer and listen to this poem that I wrote called 21st Century Faggot. Thank you, Larry. You know, I'm a 21st century faggot, not 20th. There are not many of them left. AIDS did its best, shot a hole in our heart decades wide, a divide of death. Oral traditions orally left. From the fear of the unclean status which divided us at best came fear around sex and desires and blood tests. See, Reagan's great legacy was cultural theft. Theft of my people. He left us to die, leaving the rest of us bereft who up and accidentally survived. It's no surprise that so many of them left turned to this drug now. Prolonged suicide. Why not? We live in a world that screams and it screams about the endless themes and regimes you gotta follow to survive, let alone thrive. And it's loud, so some hide in meth. Dispelling societally inflicted depression with this new poison for the dispossessed. Our generation's plague, our generation's festering pest, left in the cities for wayward young to ingest. Let the oppressed faggot become possessed by spirits of unrest. Fuck, they invented this mess. So some run away into drugs, and I run away into sex, and how we cope with this world is different from one to the next. But we are all fucking perplexed. Some of us get lucky, reflect, sit and read a few religious texts, and then sit, still vexed, shout next, think of sucking another dick or casting another hex, cause fuck, this world is a mess. But meth, it's death. About as good an idea as any one of Macbeth's. We should not hunt for tea and look to party for days. Meth is killing us gays, sending us down in a blaze. We are better than that. It was tacky, and it didn't work. But the sentiment was true. We are stronger together, and I'm counting on you. And so are the kids that come after us. The baby faggots still riding the bus. So let's get together, have a kiki, and talk about shame. Let's hear what's on each other's hearts, and let's not cast blame. And let's fill this world with flowers, and let's save all the bees, and let's all become pagans, and let's all worship trees. And let's make places where it's okay to have public sex, and still see each other subject to subject. And let's fight over lip syncs and our favorite queens, and drink each other's cum, and say it's for the protein. We've got a lot to do before this world looks like that dream. So flush down the meth. Let's go smoke some green. And this has been the weather. Or not. Thank you, Larry Kramer. Up next, we have a performance by Islaya, bringing to life Shakespeare's Titus and Andronicus, Act 2, Scene 3. Now, Islaya loves this play the most out of all of Shakespeare's work because everyone is super bloodthirsty in it, something that I think is eminently relatable. Let's check it out.
Have I not reason, think you, to look pale? These two have enticed me hither to this place. A barren, detested vale. You see it is. The trees, though summer, yet forlorn and lean, o'ercome with moss and baleful mistletoe. Here never shines the sun. Here nothing breathes, unless the nightly owl or fatal raven. And when they showed me this abhorred pit, they told me here, at dead time of the night, 1,000 fiends, 1,000 hissing snakes, 10,000 swelling toads, as many urchins would make such fearful and confused cries that any mortal body hearing it should straight fall mad, or else die suddenly. No sooner had they told this hellish tale, but straight they told me they would bind me here unto the body of a dismal ewe and leave me to this miserable death. And then they called me foul adulteress, lascivious Goth, and all the bitterest terms that ever ear did hear to such effect. And had you not by wondrous fortune come, this vengeance on me had they executed. Revenge it, as you love your mother's life, or be ye not henceforth called my children.
Thank you, Islaya. You slayed as always. Up next for you, we have a piece of performance art from the one and only Pixel, bringing you a story that's half Frankenstein's monster meets a modern queer world. How delightful. Let's go take a look. Why, thank you to the one and only Pixel. It was a joy to see your Frankensteinian birth. Up next, we have a piece from Robin Virginie for you with an extra special voice artist featured in this video. I wonder who it is. Let's go take a look.
My name is Charles,
and I live in New York City. It's an interesting time to be a decorative gnome. There's definitely been a shift in things I've become witness to, things I am now involved in. Solo dance parties, sad solo dance parties, her first Zoom meeting. I have become her go-to person for everything. She has a cat, but he's incredibly skilled at asserting his boundaries. I've become a sounding board.
Well, this could be the catalyst for a true socialist revolution, but how do we effectively continue organizing, you know?
I don't want to say I don't have the bandwidth for this, but
How am I gonna pay rent?
let's just say it's been a level of emotional labor I wasn't exactly prepared for. In any case, thank you for listening. And if you're a figurine watching this, I'm right here with you. It was me! I was the gnome! Could you tell? It was my voice acting debut. Thank you so much, Rob and Virginia, for the opportunity. I loved it so much. Up next, we have the news.
Thanks, Shelton. Hey, everybody, and welcome to my crib. I'm Anuj, and this is No Nuge is Good Nuge, the news show that says, I dare you to fact check. Let's get started. Baum chicka snip, snip. Our country's hair is growing at an astonishing rate. A recent study showed that some absolutely random amount of people decided to get their haircuts just in anticipation of wanting to get it on again. Watch carefully, folks, and we're gonna see how quickly my hair truly grows. As questions continue to arise about how today's youth are going to be impacted for the long term by concepts of distance, we can't forget about the loved ones that are currently being born into the world. Veggie Boy was born recently, weighing in at 2 ounces. We welcome Veggie Boy into the world with open arms. Veggie Boy's grandmother still has not responded to the congratulatory message. Girl Scout cookies are being delivered across the country this week, with order extensions being allowed through next month to allow continued alternatives to home baking. Local Girl Scout troop member Bonnie Crazens reportedly went the extra mile to make sure her family would be extremely safe while eating their cookies. She went ahead and unwrapped each single cookie, cleaned it off in Lysol, and put it back in its packaging before delivering it to her family and friends. Her family and friends were all quoted saying, "Wow, these taste good." As in-person Pride festivities are being put on hold across the country, queers everywhere are still being asked to rip off the sleeves from their perfectly good shirts that they can no longer even consider wearing to their uncle and aunt's house. You can send them to my mailbox, where I'll stitch them all together to make a memorial quote for familial respectability. Baum chicka snip, snip. Remember, folks, Pride was and still is a protest. That's been No Nuge is Good Nuge. Back to you, Shelty.
Now we have 3 films from Shared Process. Shared Process is a collaboration of artists that have been getting together to respond to the pandemic over the last 6 weeks, creating microfilms together. Let's see what they've cooked up for us. Also, I'm wearing great boobs.
This is a supercut of the 35 gloves I saw on a 13-minute walk on March 29th.
Gray glove, clear glove, that kind of purpley blue glove, glove, clear glove, purple glove, clear glove, purple glove, blue glove, purpley blue glove, purple glove, blue glove, clear glove, blue gardening glove, blue surgical glove, clear surgical glove, white surgical glove, black white surgical glove, purple surgical glove, purple surgical glove, bright blue purple surgical glove, clear surgical black surgical glove, light blue surgical clear surgical glove, purple surgical glove, green surgical glove.
My mom thinks I should pay for OkCupid. I'm totally lovable. I have a career. You have a career. Maybe I should change my profile picture. I'm gonna focus. You do a lot. Do I like sex with strangers? You definitely don't focus. I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna make a ton of money. As soon as I figure out what that one thing is, I'm gonna be successful at it. Then I'm going to meet that person. And next quarantine, I am going to be married. No, I'm not going to be married. No, next quarantine, I am going to be having the best sex of my life. I could be more vulnerable. I'm going to trust. If someone says they like me, I'm going to trust them, and then I'm going to step closer to them. I'm going to step closer to them. I'm going to open my arms. Love the fuck out of me. I'm going to open my arms wide open, and I'm going to love them.
Thank you, people of Shared Process, for sharing your process with us. Up next, we have a piece conceived of by the one and only Jessica Hansen. Now, originally, they performed this song at their benefit concert, 50 Cult Classics to benefit the ACLU. So if you're interested in supporting them and the ACLU, check it out.
Some people do it for compassion. Some people do it for the fashion. Some people do it to be funny. Some people do it for the money. Some people do it for enslavement. Some people do it on the pavement. But we're gonna do it anyhow, anyhow. We're gonna do it anyhow, anyhow. We're gonna do it, no matter how the wind is blowing. We're gonna do it anyhow, anyhow. We're gonna do it anyhow, anyhow. We're gonna do it. We just gotta keep going. Some people do it for each other. Some people do it for their lovers. Some people do it for improvement. Some people do it for the movement. Some people do it for enjoyment. Some people do it for employment. But we're gonna do it anyhow, anyhow. We're gonna do it anyhow, anyhow. We're gonna do it, no matter how the wind is blowing. We're gonna do it anyhow, anyhow. We're gonna do it anyhow, anyhow. We're gonna do it. We just gotta keep going. We're gonna do it anyhow, anyhow. We're gonna do it anyhow, anyhow. We're gonna do it, no matter how the wind is blowing. We're gonna do it anyhow, anyhow. We're gonna do it anyhow, anyhow. We're gonna do it. We just gotta keep going. We just gotta keep going. We just gotta keep going. We just gotta keep
Thank you, Jessica Hansen and friends, for that rousing anthem. Up next, we've got some Steve McMuscles for you. You thought one of them was good? Wait till there's more.
Hello darkness, my old friend. Shut the fuck up, man, it's 5 a.m. I told you lately you're a shitty friend. Never even asking how my day has been. Try to floss, take vitamins, but every breath needs enlightenment. Yo, Graham hooked on self-betterment, but still fished on compliments. Same, same, same. All the same, same. Same, all the same. Duck feels when they some type of way. Tape them up to shitty word to play. Tried to be funny, didn't work out. Spent 10 years trying to build up the clout. Just to say who's laughing now. Lego, my ego, we need a timeout. Think I might have found what life's about, but I forget the very moment I speak out loud. Same, same, same. All the same, same, same. All the same.
Isn't that what everybody does? Keep things on repeat in the sameness.
Same, same, same. All the same, 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 same. All the same. We need to talk more. All the same.
Thank you, Steve McMuscles. That looked like quite the tasty sandwich. Now, let's go check in with some of our favorite queens from the country band. Now, if you missed last week's episode, last time we saw these queens, Diego, Shelton, that would be me, and Mercury, they were just talking about what it meant to form a country band. Let's check in with episode 2 and see how they're doing. The country band gonna make it big.
It's the day of the show, y'all!
Oh, hey, Erin.
Who's ready for the House of Yes, bitches?
I am. Let's go.
You need to get out so I can get it.
All right, I forgot that's just a two-door. I feel like we should be arriving at 11.
Don't you have an SUV or like a pickup truck?
I think. Oh, are we gonna be able to fit everything in here?
Yeah.
I don't know, but your ass might not fit either.
I'm going keto.
Okay, wait,
Sure, that's what you said 3 months ago.
Well, I'm gonna finally go keto. Okay. Now
Okay.
I have a reason to.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
We're gonna be
We're
late.
gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. You're gonna have
Okay.
time to do your makeup there. You're gonna come artist. I feel like when we actually make it, we will be able to show up to these shows in like a hot pink pickup truck.
I'm
We
saying.
better.
I would like that so.
Yeah, I
Thank
want to be
you.
in the back of the
Thank you
pickup
Are
for.
they ever gonna
Really?
move?
Really?
Okay, cool.
Really? Thank you.
That was
Really?
rude.
What
That
the
was
fuck
rude.
was that?
Okay, so straight through this red light and the next one, and then the one after that, the third red light, we're gonna hang a left.
truck. A left.
Oh fuck, a right.
A right.
God damn it. If your top is a red thing, does that mean you're a fisting top?
It means my outfit is.
Because there's no top in you, is there?
I mean,
Is
there
there?
is. I have my moments.
Yeah, there's 3% on his mom's side.
Oh my god, like you did your 23 and me.
23andMe.
Yeah.
There's 3% top.
Yeah, 23% top.
Yeah, well, actually, 14% of my ancestors were tops.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Have any of you been to the Cat Cafe, which is like right up the street here?
No.
No. So where am I turned? Like,
Oh, you're gonna go straight and then.
I can't do that.
The beauty of starting a band is that it's like, it's about the singers, but it's also like about like the whole family that like has to be brought together to make it happen. And so, you know, we all like, I feel like when we sent out the call for like, we need people who
Oh fuck,
actually
sorry. Take a right, and then you're gonna take the first left. Apologies.
all good.
I forget that I'm not on my bike and you can't just like bike the wrong way.
That's illegal.
It's very illegal.
Sorry, you were saying?
Oh, I was just saying, like, it's been really fun. Like, when we decided that we were like writing this music together and doing this whole thing, like.
Oh, sorry. And would you take like a harsh left? It's like the left, not the like left.
Okay,
straight.
so it's this right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, you were saying?
Oh,
Oh my god, I love that dog.
Whoa. Okay. Traffic is crazy. No, I was just saying, it was like, it's been really fun, like, because we already knew that, like, the three of us gel, like, sonically and, like, vibes-wise. But then when we put out the call saying, like, we need musicians, because, like, all of us are a little bit worthless. Like,
Whoa.
I mean,
when it
just
comes
when it comes to musical instruments, okay, like, we bring a lot else. Okay.
Right. I'm not trying to interrupt you, I'm just trying to make sure that we get there.
Whoa.
Who is even honking?
I don't know, but I'm going to drive slower now because of it.
Can you drive safe? We're not in
a hurry. I know. I'm sorry. They got to me. Okay.
Can you go on country time for me, please? Whoa. Oh, and again.
I'm sorry. Look, my car doesn't have good shocks. Okay.
Like
it's
getting
shocking.
Bumped more often than I was last night.
Okay, well.
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
So I'm right here.
Yeah, take it right here.
Okay.
And then
right.
Oh, sorry, left.
Okay.
Oh my god, I am so bad with directions. I shouldn't be giving directions. Whatever, I'm a great director.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
You have directing skills, just
Yeah,
not
directional.
Like left and right.
Yeah, I still have to do the left with my hand. Okay, we take a left here, but like an actual left, not a Shelton left.
Okay. Well, I mean, good, because the road ends, so.
Okay, guys, we're almost there. So let's take a big breath in together and let's let it out on a tone. Did you see the trade? Who's on that side?
I missed it.
Okay, don't damage the costume.
No, I didn't see. Yeah, and we're trying to like take the cunt out of country.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. But like keep.
But like we're a little.
I mean.
Yeah, we all.
But like but it's like.
I don't feel like I'm getting enough airtime.
Okay, guys. Here it is, our first big show.
This gig was a huge opportunity for all of us. It was our first time to really come together as a band, but it also had a lot of pressure. We had never performed together as a group, and we had 4 musicians who were coming there that evening who we had never even rehearsed with. I mean, a lot was riding on this show. We were hoping to maybe get booked or to maybe get a record label. I mean, is it ever too early to dream? I miss times like that when things felt a little simple. Simpler than they do now, at least. We did give it our best shot that evening, though. And maybe we set ourselves up for too much by trying to do, an additional 5 numbers that night, while also hosting a whole burlesque show. I mean, if anything, it was certainly an event.
And thank you so much, the documentary crew behind A Country Band. Now, we just have one more performer for you before we send you off into the ether. So before we say goodnight, we just want to have a big thank you for all of the artists present in this week's show, as well as Dixon Place. Thank you so much for making this show happen, as well as all of those people who are currently protesting. Thank you very much. Black Lives Matter. Defund the police. If you're interested in finding out more ways that you can support, there are links at the very end of this video. Also, consider donating to a bail fund, especially if you are gay. That is part of the gay agenda now, donating to others. And as we leave you, let's give a big round of applause and welcome to Sir Gregulus.
If you take the song seriously, you're a fucking idiot.
I'm a racist. Think about you.
Like, seriously. Like, don't bitch at me. When you hear the song, you're like,
oh
my god, he's so offensive. Like, oh my god, like, he's saying no white
It's a beautiful day to be a racist.
Oh, I shouldn't even have to fucking
Isn't America the greatest? So glad that I'm a racist. Melanin is dangerous. Fucking hate the niggers and the Indians and Asians. Also hate Latinos, they all test my fucking patience. Donald Trump's a hero and I'm in the KKK. Forefathers owned slaves way back in the and we consuming all the cake. Set minorities ablaze, torture people that we hate. This was never a discussion that was up for a debate. We gon' fire more clips in your body just in case. That's another man down, I just beat a fucking case. You can tell me that I'm privileged to my pretty white face, but I know that I'm superior to you cause of my race. Of my race. I'm a racist. Justifying my race. I'm a racist. I'm a racist. It's a beautiful day to be a racist. Isn't America the greatest?
The world should be all white, top of the world and you all tight. About to hoard all this money cause it's all for one, fuck all might. First I'ma take all your neighborhoods, gonna increase what you pay for goods. Then I'ma steal your culture and I'ma make that shit look fabulous. I make the rules and stay breaking them. These bad decisions I'm making them, and I know that I won't have to pay for them. Fuck helping people, we enslaving them. We humiliating, we depraving them. Should be integrating and embracing them, but I take my pleasure in erasing them.
I'm a racist. I'm a racist. It's a beautiful day to be a racist. You should know what they, you should know. Isn't America the greatest? Think about you. So glad that I'm a racist. Think about you. You ain't nothing but a nigga. Oh, what they think about you. You should know what they think about you.
I will say this, and I'll say it right to the camera, stop it.
It's coming, it's near, why by gosh it's almost here. There's comedy, burlesque, and hunks with hunky chests. A musical or two, something nice and camp will do. But don't worry, we have no opinions that we're gonna force on you. Why? Because we're shallow, surface deep. What you see is what you keep. We're B-rate, it's true. We've got no Oscars, but nor do you. But glitter and class, mixing a lot of ass. It's a spectacle. We've got a spectacle. It's the shallow B-rate spectacle. But now it's on television.